Hi everyone, welcome back to BIM Revit tutorial. Okay, so after completed our floors, we're going to move on to our walls. Okay, so first of all, due to this is an image file, we can't exactly know the thickness of the walls. Okay, what the best way we can do is we can use the measure tools here. Just click on these small buttons of measuring tools. Click on here and then you can roughly measure your thickness of the wall by clicking this one. Okay, so it's roughly about 161, so I can assume that it will be a 150 wall, which is the 6 inches wall. Okay, then I also will assume that it is a brick wall, although you know that there might be some columns, concealed columns inside your walls. Okay, so first of all, we're going to use the wall tools. We can have architecture tab here. There will be a wall tools here. When you click on the drop down list, you can draw the architecture wall or the structure wall. Okay, then go to the structure. There you can click on the wall tools also. Under the drop down list here, you can draw your structure wall and architecture wall. So what's the difference of these two items? So if you want to add in on the rebars and doing any structure related items, it will be suitable for you to use the structure wall. If you are using architecture like the brick walls and finishes, you will be using the architecture wall panels over here. Okay, so both of the structure and architecture wall for these architecture tabs and structure tabs will be the same. So we will go to the structure wall. No, we will go to the architecture wall instead of structure wall. Okay, click on the wall tools and then you can see there are lists of walls available in the property palettes here. So this section called property palettes. From the drop down list here, you can see lots of default family already loaded inside, provided by Revit. Okay, if you don't have all these items over here, maybe you only will have a few generic walls here. Don't worry. Okay, it doesn't matter because we're not going to use all these default family anyway. We will create our own type of wall. Okay, because most of the type of walls here is not suitable for us to use. Okay, we're going to start with any thickness of wall. Although we know that this is 6 inches wall, you can straight away use the 6 inches, which is 150 walls, or you can start with any wall you want. Let's say I click generate 100 wall. Okay, then the first thing that you need to do is you create your own type of wall. By clicking this edit type here, you always need to duplicate the existing family and name your own type of wall, brick wall, with one side of, let's say I'm modeling external wall. Okay, so I normally will name my wall as brick wall 150 plus one side of external plaster and paint. External plaster paint, and one side, another side is the internal skim, plaster, skim and paint. Automatically you will know that this will be the type of the wall that you want. Just click OK, then you will have your own type of wall. So if you don't do anything, you're not going to change any materials of the wall. So the next thing that you will need to edit the family and the layer of the walls. Okay? Click on this edit type, edit panel, then you insert your own type of finishes. Okay, so you know that the center structure elements, which is the main element of the wall, is the brick wall. Then before you proceed further, you have this small button here. Click on this preview button here. Okay, click on here. Then actually you can see what are you doing now. I'm basically adding the layers of the walls to my type of wall. Okay, so first thing that you need to do is click on this by category, this small button here. Then you find the material of the wall like brick. Okay, common brick. Okay, so now I have my first material, which is the brick. Then you can change the thickness, let's say 150 mm, so it will change the thickness. Okay, so insert again, then you move up, then you name this as finishes number 1. Then insert, this is finishes second layer number 2. This will be the external part. Okay, so first thing that you need to do is, this is the plaster, and you search the name of plaster. Okay, we don't have any plaster material here, but from the library here, this is the library, so-called asset of the Autodesk material library. You can see there will be a rendering here. Then you move it up into your project. Okay, so now you have a rendering layer. Just click apply. Okay, so this will be the render, which is the plaster layer. Okay, this is more smooth type, is more suitable for the internal part, so I'm going to move down. Before that, add the thickness of the rendering, let's say it's 20 mm. Okay, so after adding thickness of the material, you can see some changes over here. This is the rendering that we already added. Okay, so I move it down, so it become my internal finishes layer. Then I change this to finishes number 1. Click again. Now I search on render. Now I want the texture rendering. Move it up. So this is the textures rendering. Okay, I'm going to use this as my external rendering layer. Okay, then 20 mm also. So I have both sides of rendering. Insert again. This time I'm going to add on the pane. Finishes number 2. This is the external pane. Click on here. So I'm going to choose and write a pane here. So what type of pane? Let's say I'm going to use this wall texture, orange peel pane. Of course, you can choose this default type of pane. If you don't want, you also can create your own type of material, just like how you did it for the floor. Okay, so I'm going to try to use a default type of material for this time. Okay, I'm going to see what will happen later. If you are not satisfied with the pane, then we can change this later on. So I'm going to add into my library. So this is the pane. I'm going to use this as my external pane. Okay, the pane layer that need to be only maybe a 3 mm thickness. So this is a pane. Then I'm going to insert another one for my internal pane. Finishes number 2. Before that this will be the internal pane. Type on pane to search the type of pane that you want. So let's say I'm going to use the metal pane finish, which is the matte one. Okay, move in here. So this is a matte colored pane. Try this. Okay, of course you can edit the color. I'm going to change this to white color, even whiter, like this. So this is a white color. Apply. Okay, then the thickness will be 3 mm. So okay, now the total thickness is different. You can see the total thickness now is much more different compared to what we have in my drawing. So I'm going to reduce this to 125. Okay, maybe 100. So 100, this is 5 mm, 25, so add up to 150. Okay, then okay, apply. Okay, so I start to draw my walls. Okay, when I click on the plan view here, you can see the wall type with the layer of finishes is formed now. You can snap on, you can start to draw your wall in by snapping the central line of the wall or snapping to the external finishes, exterior. So I'm going to choose this exterior. Flip it inside. Finishes surface. Interior. So I'm going to, now I'm snapping at the edge of the wall. Okay, so let's draw our wall. So without caring where is the door and window, we just draw a straight line of the walls like this. So now I have my first wall. Going back to the 3D view, which is click on this 3D view here. Now you can see this is the type of wall that you want. Okay. Okay, so I don't know what type of finishes over here. You can try to click on this modify, then try to click on paint. Point here. So this is the basic wall. Paint. Like this. Metal paint. Okay, so this is the internal part of it. Okay, so when you click on this wall here, you can see the wall height is quite tall. You might want to let it stop at level 1. Then you need to adjust at the property palettes here. So I'm going to up to level 1. Okay, then it will automatically stop at level 1. Then go back to the ground floor again. Now I'm going to right click and then create similar. Then I'm going to draw walls continuously until finish. Of course, you're not going to draw the wall inside the building, okay? Because you know that you are drawing the walls for the external part of the building, because it consists of internal pane and external pane. So you won't need to go into the units here. Then of course, if you want to model 2 units at once, you will need 2. What you need to do is you're going to create a partition wall. Okay, so click on here. So if you can't identify which side of the wall you want effectively, you can always add another layer of skin for your wall. Okay, So we forget to add another layer of skin, which is the internal part of the wall. So I'm going to insert again, move it down. So this will be the finishes. Let's say it's substrate. You can name it finishes also. Okay, then it will need to go to skin. So if you don't have any skin coat material, you can add on, create new material, and you add key in the detail that you want, skin coat material. Of course, you need to fill in all the information here. Then the manufacturer of the skin coat is skin coat manufacturer A, model skin coat A. Of course, if you are talking about 5D modeling, cost is one of your concern. Then it is you can key in your cost, let's say 10 per meter square, maybe. Then URL is URL of your manufacturer, okay, the website of your manufacturer. If you don't have, you just key in anything that you want. Okay, I key in my web page here. I want to see what happened later. Just click on here. If you don't bring you to anything, then you need to make sure it's properly keyed in. Now you click again, it might bring you to your page now. Okay, home page. Okay, this is your beam glue home page. Okay, then apply. Okay, then I'm just going to assign some thickness over here. Let's say it's 5 mm, then I'm going to reduce this to 15 mm. So add on is 25. Okay, apply. Okay, okay. Now from here I can see, okay, I've flipped my wall, yeah? So click on this one. I need to flip my wall. So you can see that the 3 layers part is supposed to be in the internal. So I need to flip my wall. So flip it. And automatically you need to move it back to 150 mm. Okay, that's done. Then after you finish modeling the first external wall, the next thing is you need to model the internal wall. So I'm going to make the same for the internal wall, but I'm going to start with the existing wall here. So edit type, duplicate. I'm going to make 200 mm brick wall without the external pane. Okay, delete the external pane. So this will act as my partition wall of the 2 units. So okay, then edit. I'm going to back to here to edit my wall, which is I need 2 layers of skim coat over here, which is exactly the same for internal and external. Okay, because both sides going to be facing internal part of your unit. So renders, move 15 mm. So the paint will be the finishes number 2 will be the metal paint white. 5 mm. Add in another one. Move it down. This will be the skim. So after created the material, you basically can use the material anyway. You can change the color of the skim, maybe some slightly gray color. Right, okay. So 5 mm. Also, now I need to make this change the thickness of this 150. So I have 200 mm wall now. So after all done, then I click OK, apply, OK. Now I have the second type of wall. Before that, make sure you are not accidentally change your internal type of wall. If yes, need to change back. Then I'm going to create similar. Then I'm going to draw my partition wall. And draw from here. Up to here, okay? So I'm going to snap to align it to the grid line here. Line. So I use the align function. Click on the align tool. Click on the grid line, then click on the edge of the wall. So I have aligned to the grid line. Okay. So after the partition wall done, snap it up to here. So you can see this side of the wall here is basically is bare. Okay. You can see the termination part of here. You can actually click on this wall, then click on edit type. Click on this edit, then you can wrap both ends. Okay, apply. Okay. So if you have not changed anything, then you need to do it again. Go to here. Maybe I forget to press at the end. Yes, external. So I wrap around here. Apply. Okay. Now I wrap. Okay. Then the next thing is the internal part of the wall. So internal part of the wall, I'm just going to use the skim coat both sides of the wall. Just complete them all. Okay. Including the toilet part, although that you need to model it separately later because you have different finishes for the internal part of the toilet. So I'm going to make it the same temporarily. Okay. Edit type again, then go to edit, then I change thickness of the wall to 100, then OK, apply. Before that, cancel. I need to duplicate first, okay? Accidentally change thickness here, so that's why I need to change back 150 mm. Okay, so I'm doing it again. First, duplicate 150 mm for internal skim both sides. Okay, now I change my thickness to 100. So, okay, now I've created a different type of wall. I change back, so I'm going to use create similar. Then I select the type of wall that I've just created, which is the 150 mm internal plaster and skim. Click on here. Then I'm going to start to model my walls. Okay. Okay. That's done. Before that, make sure this is line. Click on this finishes line. Then I drag this line to here. So it will automatically connect it with nice termination. Okay. Just create similar. I'm just going to finish up the box up here. Most likely this is for the rainwater downpipe or sanitary piping. Okay. Then this one, just going temporarily going model a type of wall over here for the sake of finishing the modeling here. Just another wall over here. We'll model this until here. Let's say what is going on for this. So I will have a wall over here, just under the staircase. Yeah. The rest of it is okay, but entering the door, there will be a wall. Okay, so I need to go back to here, just cut short here. I'm going to fine tune it later on. Okay, so create similar. I'm going to create another wall over here. Okay, that's done. How I flip my wall? When you press a space bar, let's say create similar, draw. Space bar for you to flip your wall. Okay, or else after you're completing the wall, you can click on this double arrows here to flip your wall. Okay, so that's done for this ground floor over here. Before that, that will be another box up. Create similar. I could draw this. Snap to the interior, exterior finishes. Flip that. So this is your box up. So when I go to the 3D view, this will be your unit, ground floor. Okay, at the moment. So we have finishes. We have finished the modeling of wall for ground floor. Then we're going to proceed with the floor modeling of level 1. Then the second one will be the wall of level 1. Then proceed with the roof. Okay. Step by step, we're going to complete this house, and then we follow up with the MEP services. So I guess that's all for this session. Thanks for joining.